This is part 3 of the notes. This is 1-2 order of operations, variables, expressions, and 1-3 properties. Learn it and practice it. This is the part 3. This is order of operations. You know this as, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. It stands for parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division as it appears from left to right, addition or subtraction as it appears from left to right. If you are going to miss these, it will be because you did not do it as it appears from left to right, or the addition subtraction as it appears to left to right. This one is the one that gets you. Here we go. This is just examples. Here we go. And I will demonstrate and the steps when I do something and how I write it in your practice it, or sorry, your prove it. This is the practice it. When in your prove it, you are going to be able to show your steps just like I am. So on the first one, the parentheses, 45 minus 2, 15 minus 3 is 12. Took care of parentheses. Next thing is multiplication. We know multiplication because there's a parentheses with the number there. 45 minus 24. And then that is 21. When you are asked to do these on the prove it, this is what you'll be typing in with no spaces. Number 2, there's a division here and a division here. 5 plus 12 divided by 4. Only can do one thing per line. So I did the division. Here I'm going to do division again. So 5 plus 12 divided by 4 is 3. And 5 plus 3 is 8. When there are numbers, I'm going to do the parentheses first. When there are letters, you'll use distributive property. So you're going to do the parentheses. 14 minus 6 is 8 over 4. 2 times 8 is 16 divided by 4. 16 divided by 4 is 4. When you have a long string of things, what you will be doing is you will be working from inside out. So there's a parentheses in here. 4 bracket 3. 20 minus 17 is 3. You leave the brackets because there's still a parentheses. This is when you would drop the brackets back to parentheses. 3 times 3 is 9 plus 3. Still inside parentheses, 9 plus 3 is 12, and 4 times 12 is 48. Find the error. You're going to have to figure out where they made the mistake. So, if I did this problem, the first thing I would do is I would look inside this parentheses and it's multiplication division as it appears from left to right. So I would do this as a 6. 18 divided by 3 is 6. So my first step would be 48 minus 4 times 6 times 2. Is what that very first step should look like. This does not look like it, so it is that step. It also says find the correct value in the expression, and so I'm going to keep going on this. 48 minus, I have to do my parentheses, times 12. 48 minus 4 times 12 is 48. All of that becomes 0. So my answer is 0. I should have gotten 0, not 36. The next one is evaluate. Okay, so I have some values. Evaluate each expression if x equals 3, y equals 8, z equals 5. 6x minus 3z. I'm going to, instead of an x, I'm going to plug in a 3, and instead of a z, I'm going to plug in a 5. I am going to do order of operations. 6 times 3 is 18, minus 3 times 5 is 15. 18 minus 15 is 3. X times y divided by 4, that's 3 times 8. I get my x from x equals 3. I get my y equals 8. I'm plugging them in. Divided by 4. That is 24 divided by 4, which is 6. On Schoology, I have not turned off your calculator. Anytime you need your calculator, click on the calculator. It will pop up and you can use it. You ever need a different calculator, Desmos works. If you need a different calculator also while you're working at the house, please let me know. In the schoolroom, we do have calculators available for you. This is a pretty long one. We're just going to substitute 8 for y's and 3's for x's and 5's for z. So the y becomes an 8. Notice I'm putting it right underneath it so I can keep going. X is 3. Y is 8 minus 3 plus 5. This is going from left to right because it is all addition and subtraction. So 8 plus 3 is 11 plus 8 minus 3 plus 5. 19 minus 3 plus 5. 16 plus 5, which is 21. The next one I'm substituting for 2 times y is 8 minus 5 plus 3. I have to start inside the parentheses with this multiplication. So that would be 4 times 16 minus 5 plus 3. The great news on when you're looking at these in on your own, you can pause them, take some breaths, look at it, reverse it, check on what's going on. So coming up here, 4 times 11 plus 3. 4 times 11 is 44 plus 3. The answer is 47. Okay, here we go. Match the property. I'm going to look at some. I'm going to come back to some. I'm going to just look at them and go, hey, I noticed that one right off the bat. Okay, 3 plus 4 plus 5 equals 3 plus 4 plus 5. The order is the same. The parentheses moved. That is moving my fences. That is associative property, so that is F. The next one is 7 plus negative 7 equals 0. That is the additive inverse. 4 times 5 equals 5 times 4. It flip-flopped. Therefore, it is commutative property. 2 times 6 plus 10. That 2 went to go visit that 6 and then went to visit that 10. That is distributive property. I start with 5x equals 15. And remove that x and I substitute a 3 in for it. That is called substitution property. Integer property doesn't exist. I made it up. That concludes the notes for that section.